Whether it's on a professional level, mental level, emotional level, spiritual level, personal level, leveling up and moving up in life somehow requires new boundaries. That's right. You have to set and communicate new boundaries as you transition to your next level in life, because it's not always understood or always seen as you level up. Only you know what you need and what your new level in life requires. So it's up to you to set those boundaries, communicate those boundaries, and make sure you follow through to stay on track with your new level in life. Welcome to Listening Every Day. It is your host, LAT, and I am so delighted to be with you guys towards the end of this week. We are headed into Friday and then to the weekend. I hope you can join with me in saying that you are blessed thus far because you are living and you have breath in your body. And not only that, but you are listening to this podcast today. So that means that you should be able to say you're blessed and doing well, okay? May not be at your best, but you should be blessed because you have life. Let's get right into it. What I want to talk to you about is something that has been just popping out to me literally on my social media, not only my social media, in conversation with a dear friend of mine and also with my mentor and just with myself also, okay, in my time of just self-care and just checkup, I would say. And it's about boundaries and just actually when you know where you are in life, right? And you know what level you're headed towards or what level you just entered or where you are just currently, I believe you can easily identify boundaries that you have established or boundaries that you need to establish, and communicate that to those that you are social with or that you have close relations with, right? And not only that, but just think about it. I believe as you level up in life, whether it's on a personal level, mental, emotional, spiritual, or professional, there are new requirements that requires different, time, maybe a different focus. There are changes that come along with leveling up, right? And so there are boundaries that have to be established because you may be on a level where you're needing to be more focused in that season or on that level or in that time of your journey, right? And so that means that you may have to slack up and pull back and set boundaries on the time frame of you being able to socialize or give your time into, media or to conversation. Maybe you have to, devote yourself on a spiritual level to more meditation and more devotion. So that means that you have to, set boundaries on a time frame of when you are accepting calls and checking your phone and messages and stuff and getting back to people or returning those calls and messages. And even on a level of like just personal growth, there's some things that I've noticed, and I'll talk from my perspective and what's been going on with me. There are some things that I noticed, and I've been noticing for a while, right? That I know that I am just on a different level and I'm in a different space in my life. And I understand that in spiritual warfare and just spiritually, period, the flesh is always going to be in war with the spirit, right? And when I am growing and knowing and identifying that I'm on a different level and God is pushing me to a different level and allowing me to reach that level, especially spiritually, then I can't entertain so much, people or conversation or even social media. I can't entertain as I used to, if that makes sense. The reason why is because I self-identify where I am and what area in my life I'm growing in. And so it requires me to cut ties, right? It requires me to have that tough conversation that's uncomfortable and just say, listen, this is where I'm at and this is what I'm focused on. Maybe last week I was somewhere else, but today, moving forward, and where I am this week is not where I was last week. So that means I'm going forward and I need that space and respect of, I just don't have time to engage in conversation, in certain conversation, or I don't have time to engage in certain entertainment, and not only that, when on a professional level with me, wanting to, focus on what I need to do professionally, with my own personal professional goals and also my job required professional goals. Me knowing that I have a lot of things that I need to get done, to be able to be my best and to, gain new skill sets or, expand on the current skill set, right? And that requires me to pull back from being able to hang out or go to social events or, it's things like that I've noticed, and I'm just sharing with you guys because I believe that, we have some people, and let me speak for real. We have some people that is barely getting by on our radar. What do I mean by that? Meaning that we have some people that we know aren't really on the level that we're on currently anyway. So we know that they're not going to make it in our social life, or, that's a tie or a connection that needs to be broken off, right? Because it's not encouraging or motivating, or it's not helping or pushing the best out of me or out of you, right? So we have some of those people that's barely getting by, meaning that they're here and we're okay to answer a text or call occasionally and hang occasionally, but we know that honestly nothing really is very beneficial to us or them or to our hanging out, right? So that means I gotta, have that uncomfortable conversation or send that message, or I may just have to block, I have to do what I gotta do. So the same to you, you just gotta know what boundaries and, where you at and communicate that. Everybody's not going to understand. And I believe those that don't understand and don't want to respect that, or those that are trying to keep you at the level they found you, that's already a flag. That's already a sign. That is already something to say, yeah, this isn't working. It really was barely working. So now I really know this is confirmation. This ain't working. You gotta go, right? Because this is where I am and this is where I'm trying to head. And if you're not in alignment with where I'm going and the vision and purpose, then I can no longer, provide time and space, open my space up to you into whatever you got going on. Okay. That's one thing, right? Another thing, you just have some people that are not meant to be traveling as you travel to your next level, your next journey. Like, everyone's not meant to go where you're going. Some people were meant to be there to just be those lessons for you to learn what you need to learn from that lesson, experience, that connection at the time, to groom you and to help you become a better you, or at least be able to identify what it is that you need and what you don't need, and what is contributing and what is not contributing, what is helping and what is not helping, right? These are some things that you get to establish, or you get to at least identify when you have those personal experiences and lessons. So, it's just something you have to identify and know for yourself. Like, what is it that you need, and where are you headed, and what's going to work and what's not going to work. And don't be afraid. I know it's very uncomfortable, because as a female, now I speak for me now, I'll say it for me, I know that I can say I'm going to cut someone off, and then I become gullible, I guess, to their story. And then I'm like, man, okay, maybe I'm supposed to stay here. So, like, when you start to have to question, or, it's something's really, you just got to cut. You got to cut immediately. You just got to be like, hey, this is not going where I'm going. And it's not respecting my boundaries, right? It's not even a part of my core values. Like, it's contradicting everything that I represent and who I am. And when you have that, and I know this conversation is kind of deep on this podcast and it's kind of different, but I wanted to share, what's been going on with me, and hoping I can help you, because maybe you have, a time in your life where you've experienced this, or you know what that you're on another level and you're in a different space in your life, and you got boundaries that are different now, and it feels uncomfortable to have that conversation with people, especially if you're a person that just like care a lot, right? It's healthy for you to just establish those boundaries, be upfront with them, and then at the same time, people that are meant to be in your life that's going to stick around, guess what? They're going to understand the transitions in your life when you do your different levels. And if they're supposed to be on your journey all the way through to the end and stick it out with you, then they're going to respect every transition you go through. They're going to understand and support, okay? And they're going to be able to, see, okay, that person is moving a little different. Got it. They're on a different, they have something else going on. Got it. And that's your ride, or your all, I don't want to say ride or die, but that's your person that's meant to stay. Okay. But you got to be able to know who and who not, right? And again, different levels require different boundaries. That's mainly what I wanted to get out to you guys, and for you guys to think about, going towards the end of this week, is through this whole week, self-reflect and see where you are. And honestly, in life, and it may take you some time, but you have to do it at your own pace, and you have to do it within your own timing and in your own comfort, okay? When you're ready to be able to identify where you are, and if things are or not working, what do you need to do, and choose wisely. Because again, there are boundaries that I believe every person have, and we must communicate that, okay? Again, this was a hot topic between me and my dear friend, and part of it with my mentor, and I just wanted to share with you guys because it's real. This is how you respect people. This is how, you have that tough love, and some people you just love from a distance, meaning you can say hello, how you doing, and then goodbye, okay? Or I don't know what else to say on that part. But I hope you guys get the drift. I hope you get, the moral of what I'm trying to share with you guys, or the lesson in this that I am trying to share with you guys, because again, I'm sharing as I grow and as I continue to self-reflect and even self-identify and become self-aware. I'm wanting to share with you guys because I never know, and you never know, who's going through what during this time. And we all need it. And if you're growing, guess what? That's a good thing. And that means that change comes with growth, and growth is not always comfortable, but it's necessary. And change is too. And we have to be okay with the uncomfortable and being outside our comfort zone to do the things we need to do, because honestly, when you're in that discomfort and uncomfort and you move past that, that's a growing spurt right there, okay? That's a growing moment, and that's a beautiful thing. You'll feel better once you do it. At the beginning, is not as comfortable. And I've talked about this before, and I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. I talked about this before about being staying consistent with your boundaries. Let me tell y'all, I fell off the wagon. I fell off the wagon. So I am now trying to reestablish my boundaries, because I am on a different level now. So I'm trying to reestablish, re-identify, and be able to give myself that grace period to get back in and say, look, this is what I'm sticking with now. Because when I fell off the wagon, I see it just didn't work out, right? So now I'm back on the wagon. I want to stay on the wagon. I want to stay on track. And I don't have time to be getting off track now. I don't need the sidetrack. I don't need the distractions. I need to stay focused, because I was living better, and now I want to live my best, right? Okay. And I want to do better, and I want to be my best. So that means that there's no back and forth, off and on. No, I got to stay consistent and firm. And that's what I'm sticking with, right? You know how y'all, I don't know, but you know how what grandma says goes, it's kind of like that, put your foot down. That's done. We're done with that. Okay. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary, okay? And it comes with your new level and your growth and things that you establish or start seeing within your growth. Again, it's not always comfortable, but I promise you'll get the hang of it and you will adapt. You will. I believe in you, and I know. So I truly believe that at the end of the day, with growth, it's uncomfortable but it's necessary, and you will appreciate it once you get past that uncomfortable and discomfort. When you do and handle your business the way you need to handle your business, because it's necessary, on the other side, or when you'll see it, you'll see the light. Okay, that's what I'm gonna leave you with. You'll see the light. But yes, again, new levels, new boundaries, communicate them, establish them, be firm with them, and stick them out. Okay, stick them out. I'm gonna leave you guys with that. So I hope this conversation that I shared helps you in some kind of way, or you can share with someone else and it'll help them. So I love you guys. I pray you have the best day ever. And I pray that you gain confidence in who you are, and that you self-identify who you are, and you become the best version you can be, the best you can be, and be all you can be to reach your full potential. That's what I hope and pray. So you guys be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Love you.